You may think you know, but I had no idea. I had no idea how much women were portrayed as the submissive and men as the dominant in different media forms, especially in music videos. I'm a woman and I view a variety of different types of medias on a daily basis. Whether it is a magazine, a television series, movies, or music videos, there are dozens of different types of media forms out there for us to view, with men and women as the focus. I decided that I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into some hidden meanings that are in these videos and how women and men are portrayed differently. This is something that I think a lot of people may be intrigued by, whether they're male or female. I think it's important for us to look beyond what we see as a typical music video and again dig a little deeper into some hidden meanings. There are obvious reasons now, more than ever, showing just how different men and women really are, especially when in music videos. When looking at this music video that I analyzed, Breathe, done by Faith Hill, I tried to keep 3 major points in mind that I have learned so far in class. One of them being the chapter in our textbook titled Representing Sexualities, where the typical girl next door can be seen as a sexual desire of men. Also, the submissiveness of women that we learned about in the Codes of Gender film. And thirdly, how women are portrayed as only sexual beings, which we learned about in the Dreamworlds 3 video. While watching Faith Hill's music video, Breathe, I noticed a lot of the typical stereotypes for women that are in the video. But what I did learn also was that no matter what genre of music video, whether it is country, pop, rap, hip-hop, or rock and roll, women being the submissive and men being the dominant is usually very common. After reading the chapter in our textbook, Representing Sexualities, done by Dines and Humes, I learned that video can take the girl next door, which is a popular fantasy for men, and also a celebrity, another popular fantasy for men, and transform that female into a very sexual being. Women in video are depicted for sexuality, regardless if they are the girl next door or a celebrity. Now, what I've learned about Faith Hill is that she is a small-town girl next door from Star, Mississippi, who has now reached celebrity status, so we're playing into 2 different desires and fantasies of men already. And, when shown in this music video, she is either in a tight, form-fitting dress, or shown lying down in bed, covered only by a sheet, which leads the minds, especially those of men, to her being a very sexual being. So that's one way that a woman can be transformed and desired by men, but of course there are more. Another that we learned from the Codes of Gender film, Identity plus Performance in Pop Culture, done by Sut Johali, is that body postures for women are very and usually very submissive compared to those of men. Clothing for women is usually very revealing if they're wearing any at all. So when we take a look at the music video, we see Faith Hill is lying down, which is one of the most common and popular submissive forms for women to be in when they're placed in film. And when she is not lying down, she is doing typical female twirls with her body, and also a head cant, which again is very common for women in film. Back to her lying down in bed, it is assumed that she is naked, covered only by a sheet, which again can be very submissive. And back to again when she is standing, she is at times in a very form-fitting silk dress, which leaves very little to the imagination of what is underneath. So whose story is really being told here? Is it the story of a strong, independent woman, or is it the story of a woman who is purely there for the pleasure and desires of men? After viewing the Dreamworlds 3 video, Desire, Sex, and Power in Music Video, also done by Sut Johali, we can see that women can be represented as objects ready for sex. And when looking at this video, I think that Faith Hill is represented as an object that is ready for sex. Her focus seems to be on a man, and everything she does could also be interpreted for a male and his desires and wishes. When she is lying in bed, presumably undressed, covered by a sheet, she touches herself suggestively and seems ready for sex at any moment. Faith Hill in the video also gives off a gaze a lot of the times, which seems to be searching or wanting a man to come and either have sex with her or to come and save her. So did you know, or did you just think that you knew, like I did? Again, there are obvious reasons now, more than ever, showing just how different men and women really are, especially when in music videos. We see this in the music video itself, and it is supported from reasons like in the chapter of our textbook titled Representing Sexualities, where we have the male desire of the girl next door, as well as the celebrity status, transformed into a very sexual being. We also see it shown from the Codes of Gender video, where women are played as a submissive, whether it's with their body postures or their actions, and also from the Dreamworlds 3 video, which shows Faith Hill is the desire of men, and that seems to be the only purpose that she is there to fulfill. Could you imagine a male doing moves and gestures that Faith Hill does in her music video? I would like to think of myself as a very open-minded person, but even the thought of a male doing these things strikes me as a not normal way to view a male in media. I think that this seems to be a reason that we may never achieve true equality amongst the sexes. Until society is ready to be more open-minded to things that are not part of the normal binary male-female system, and also until the media is more prepared to present us with a better representation and more diverse representation of males and females, we may only be seeing video and other media images of this standard for a long time. So unfortunately, I think that it seems to me true equality amongst the sexes is something that will only, for now, exist in our dream world and not part of our reality.